here's a question for you. Is marriage overrated?
Why aren't people getting married anymore?
A new Pew Research poll found that 2 in 5 young adults think marriage is an outdated tradition.
Marriage rates are at their lowest right now.
Is marriage really even worth it?
More than half of marriages end in divorce.
If you get married, you have to be stuck with this person for the rest of your life, right? That's why you get married. So that's why it's declining. Why would you get married if you want to have just one partner when you can have multiple?
Marriage is stupid.
Welcome to the Married AF podcast, the self-proclaimed greatest marriage and relationship podcast in the world. My name is Matthew Powers, alongside my beautiful wife, Monica. We are your hosts for the show. Baby, how you doing? Mouthful of chocolate. Again, you love eating chocolate. So if
this is sugar-free chocolate.
It is sugar-free, which is great and all, but it is still chocolate. But welcome everyone to the show. We have a late night recording. Kids are passed out, asleep. If we seem a little preoccupied, it's because the Alabama game is on.
The interception.
And they just intercepted it. And that, my friends, would be the ball game where Alabama upsets Georgia. Church attendance in Alabama is up tomorrow.
Only after 11:30 though.
Had Alabama lost this game, church attendance would be down tomorrow.
Because Auburn's already lost.
Auburn lost. Well, no one really cares anymore. I mean, you know, you love Auburn, but
This is the first season I've really watched Alabama football.
Yes, it is. And since in like 15 years.
No.
It's been a while.
After maybe the second national championship that Saban got us.
You're like, I'm done with this nonsense.
We just win.
There had the too much winning.
Okay, with new coach.
New coach.
Maybe I'll see. And our son, just his mind is blown watching football with me.
Yeah, he's like, how does mom know so much about this? Mom, you don't watch football. How do you know what's going on? You just do. So if we seem a little preoccupied, roll tide. They won the game. They beat Georgia. Everyone's happy about that. But welcome to the show. Thank you, everyone who is listening, watching, subscribing. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share this with somebody. Review this thing. Get in contact with us. Reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you. What's on your mind? What's going on? We'd absolutely love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all the people who are listening. We do not do this without you guys. You're the reason we're here. And that's the only reason we will keep going. As long as God keeps reaching people, we will continue to go. So late night recording, kids are passed out, and
we're in sweats.
We're in sweats. We are as comfortable as it is.
Well, let's see if people really watch, because I'm a hot mess. My hair's in this funky ponytail.
You're not a hot mess.
I have not redone any makeup today.
You're absolutely beautiful.
You're sweet.
I most certainly am. So, but we got Q&A. What's better than a late night Q&A? I'll tell you what's better. Kingdom and Will.
I love how you push them.
They're wonderful.
Your plugs that you just slide them into. It's like, hey, you know what's better than that? Kingdom and Will.
KingdomandWill.com. Make sure you go check it out. You think Alabama beating Georgia's good? Go check out KingdomandWill.com.
I'm going to go check out right now. I'm waiting for you to tell me what the code is again.
I will tell you here in just a minute, but it's a faith-based company. They have awesome wear, hoodies, sweatshirts, sweatpants, hats, shirts, bracelets, the whole thing. Check them out. Our friends at KingdomandWill.com. And when you fill up that cart, because I know you love filling up that cart, you just said add to cart, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. You're ready to go.
What's my code?
Type in Married AF. That's MARRIEDAF. Married AF's your promo code. 15% off of all orders all the time. Go check out KingdomandWill.com. You just got 15% off of your order. Everyone who's out there, go get you 15% off your order. It's like you're making money.
It's crazy.
And who doesn't want to make a little money? Not only are you helping support a great company, you're going to look good and you're saving yourself some money. But I got a Q&A for you tonight.
Okay.
So we're going to run through some of these things.
You think I'm going to laugh loud enough
to wake up our kids? No, you most certainly won't. I don't think. All right. First one. Are you ready? Need some advice. My wife and I got married after 5 years of dating, and I'm starting to think it was a mistake.
Oh, my.
This is not going to go the direction you may necessarily think on the outset.
Okay.
I, 35-year-old male, is married to his wife, who is 28. They've been married for only 4 months. We dated for 5 years before we got married. Honestly, I never really wanted to get married that much. I saw what marriage did to people, and having been a child of divorce, I never wanted that for myself. We both did couples counseling before we got married so we could work on any issues we had, both personally and with each other prior to marriage.
That's good.
The first 2 months were great, being in that honeymoon period. Things started to go downhill pretty quickly.
Why?
We always made around the same amount of money, splitting bills evenly along with the daily chores. Here's where things get sideways.
Okay, tell me.
Where I think things went wrong is when she got a promotion at work and pulled way ahead of me financially. Now you're going to think, okay, he's emasculated. He's not making enough money. It's not necessarily where it's going. She can afford to do things that I cannot do.
Oh, no.
She wants to travel more, take trips with me, but expects me to pay my way. Keep in mind, they're married. The more I tell her I just can't, she starts to resent me. Every time we get into an argument, she says things that are really hurtful. She now says things like, be a man and make more money. Your wife shouldn't out-earn you. She does not want to have children with me until I'm matching her income. She no longer wants to combine finances as well. This fighting has nearly killed our marriage, but what hurts the most is that I am the one who really encouraged her to go after the promotion. She's very career-oriented, and I thought this would help her in her career with a higher position. Little did I know this would shift a power dynamic in our marriage. Before we were equals, but now as soon as she started making more money, she no longer sees that way. I do not know what to do.
I wish you would have prepped me for this in a little way.
Oh boy. You don't like being prepped.
I don't.
I know.
But I didn't expect my blood to start boiling this late at night.
So how frustrated are you? More frustrated with him, or are you frustrated with
I'm
wife?
pissed off at her.
What the heck? All right, first off, for me, finances have to be together. This whole paying your own way, give me a freaking break. What's mine is yours.
To become one, you dingbat.
To become one. That's including your finances that become one.
That's the whole shebang. That's not just, hey, we can be together, but you can't have my money. God, I'm going to give you my marriage, but you can't have my career.
Exactly. And that's the problem. So now she resents him because she makes more. He pushed her for the promotion.
Right.
Pushed her, said, hey, this will be good for you. This is good for your career. Probably so happy for her when she got the promotion. But now, because she makes more, she resents him because
she's telling him to be a man and make more money. That right there is what pisses me off.
Totally.
But do you know why it pisses me off?
Tell me why.
Because women have fought all these years to have equality and equal rights, and women don't get paid as much as men. And when you finally make the bank and it's your money, the man has been paying for you for how long? And he was the one who pushed you to get the promotion, and now you get the promotion, and now you're holier than thou.
Yep. That's infuriating.
She needs a reality check.
She totally does. My hope is that they can work this out. The answer,
I hope she's listening.
The answer here is you absolutely 100% must combine your finances.
Why does it matter who makes more?
It's not who's paying, I'm paying for this, you're paying for this, I'm paying for this, you're paying for this. No, we pay for this. I don't care if she's, one's making $500,000, the other one's making $30,000. Together, you make $530,000 a year. That's what you make. You're a couple. You're together. It's all combined. That's the answer.
She will
and the
not
answer.
have kids with him
until they make the same amount. Let me tell you something about.
Why does that matter?
Let me tell you something about kids. When you think I need to make X amount of money before I can afford a kid, you're never going to be able to afford them whenever you get there. I don't care if you're making $50,000, you make it work with 50. If you say I got to make $250,000, guess what? You're still going to spend more than you ever thought on the kid. That's the nature of the beast. You have to learn to kind of realize, hey, I'm responsible for this, but you have to combine your finances here. This is going to be a long, hard talk. Dude, I hope you get a promotion and you would start to out earn her.
And I hope you make her pay
pay her. You go
her way.
You go to the
Even
Maldives.
though that's completely wrong.
It is completely wrong, but out of spite. So that one's infuriating. Here's number 2. Says, I got caught. This will be fun. So I was going into the living room to ask my husband if he'd like to walk the dog with me. He said, sure, in a little bit.
Stop right there.
Okay. What?
Because I've heard some guys, do the thing and they call it walking their dog.
Oh my gosh. No, I think
you said they got busted.
they were actually going to walk the dog. So he said, sure, just in a bit. I gave him a kiss. One kiss turned into 2, then to 3, then to 4. And the next thing I know, we are full on going at it. It was amazing.
Okay.
And then I heard, Mommy? Daddy? We got busted and we're mortified. So they got caught. They got caught having sex. Kids busted them, which is very common. It happens. It is very, 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 very common. I kind of looked this up when I saw this.
I got to figure out how old the kids are.
I have no idea how old the kids are. But Mommy, Daddy, I mean, I'm going to say they're definitely single digits. They're definitely younger.
To be.
But I kind of looked into this and just surveys and studies, they could be off a little bit, but it seems nearly half of all couples get caught having sex by their children. So what do you do in that situation? Obviously, you're terrified. Number one,
were they still in the act?
Yeah, they're in full on in the act. As it was going on, and then Mommy, Daddy. It's like, what's going on? Number one, be aware of what's going on and where you are. Invest in a good lock for your bedroom.
Or theirs.
Make sure it's locked. But if you do get caught, I mean, it is what it is.
We have not.
We have not been caught. We take the precautions to make sure that doesn't happen.
But
a lot of people do. However,
I don't know. I really don't know what we would do if we got caught.
Mommy, we were just we're stretching. Mommy and Daddy are wrestling.
Yes, I've heard that one being used. But how do you? I don't know if we'd be able to continue.
Are you? No. I would not be able to. It would be dead right there. It would be done. It's just, you can't keep going after that. You can't come back from that. Come on. There's no way.
I feel like that's no different than your parents kind of walking in on you.
Well, yeah, in a way. But
it's like,
I would say,
what do I do?
If you do, you shouldn't necessarily feel guilty. You're married adults. Now, I know for us, if the day ever comes, we've been very upfront with our children about sex.
Yes.
We've talked to them about it.
We still talk to them about it.
We talk to them about it often. If it comes up, we're not shy about it because they need to know what sex is. They need to know everything about it. Mm-hmm. They need to be able to learn from us and not learn from anyone else and learn from the world. Sex is incredible, especially when it is done, or really only when it's done, the way God created it.
Well, we also joke around.
Oh, very much so. Like our daughter hates when we kiss.
She can't even watch anyone kiss.
No, she hates it.
She
just pretends. She's like, no.
And even in the mornings when we're getting ready for school and you leave earlier than we do, and you give me a kiss bye, she covers her eyes.
Yes, she does.
Now, when he would still want to, he still would, but he would just say he can't sleep. He wants to sleep with Mommy and Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
We would still give each other a good night kiss.
Totally.
Cash is completely opposite of Elke.
Cash would like shove our faces together.
And he would go.
He thought it was funny, but it's important, and so don't feel guilty about it. It's totally natural. It's a great thing. But teach your kids about it. Let them know why it's important, why Mommy and Daddy do that, and make sure that they understand what sex is for and how it should be done. And then that way they can grow up to really appreciate it and enjoy it themselves, because it's important for married people to be able to have sex and experience that. But don't feel guilty about it.
I feel like you also have to let them know if they ever come upon a situation where it's happening, especially you as their parents. Walk away.
Yes.
Don't draw any attention to it. Don't stop what you're doing. Unless, I mean, obviously it's an emergency.
Well, yes, clearly.
But sorry, you shouldn't have walked in.
Mm-hmm. Now close the door and lock it on your way out.
Makes me think of Modern Family when all three kids walk in
on Phil and
Claire when they were bringing home like an anniversary.
It was a breakfast in bed for their anniversary or whatever. Yeah, totally. And they were scared to death. And then the kids bought them the lock, and the lock was super loud. They could hear it. But I don't.
And then of course when the door it locks, they're ew, ew.
Gotta get out of here.
Not again.
It's totally natural. Don't feel guilty about it. But I thought that was.
I don't know how we would respond if we got caught. But
I guess if it happens, we'll see.
Just be open with them.
Just be open. Say, hey, this is what it is. That's completely normal and natural. Your moms and dads should be having sex.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they should. This one, mom is angry. I'm so angry. As I type this out, I feel worse than it may be. I may feel worse than it actually is. But I feel lately like I'm the one who makes all the effort, and the marriage is one-sided. We have 2 kids who are 2 and 5. I'm a stay-at-home mom. My husband is great. Our kids love him, love spending time with him. He's fun, but I feel like the organization and discipline always comes from me. The husband caves easily and lowers the bar constantly. The main reason I'm upset today is because of this. My husband took my son to playtime this morning from 10 to 12. Now, my son normally naps 2 hours in the day between 1 and 3 and a bit earlier if needed. I had an appointment this afternoon, so I asked my husband to bring my son straight home at the end so he can go down by 12:30 for his nap and have a good nap. He's very grumpy if he doesn't have a good nap. My husband informs me he needs to swing by, work to set up tables for an event on his way back, so it wasn't possible to drop him off. I was not informed of this before this moment, and I asked if he could drop him off first so he could go down. My husband wasn't happy about it, said, no, I'm just going to take him with me to go set this up. I said, I'm sorry that you have to go to work. This is not my fault, but you need to bring him down for the nap, because if my son does not get the nap, he is going to be upset. I got up early. I made sure my son had lunch and a whole snacks for playtime to make sure the nap could be had at home as soon as possible. Are you not just infuriated with this?
For so many reasons.
I mean, if the kid doesn't get a nap, he's going to be all right. He's going to survive. And guess what? Kid got to go hang out with dad, go do playtime with dad. And now he gets to go to dad's work and hang out while dad does some stuff. And you know, if he gets a little later nap, or if he skips a nap altogether, I'm pretty confident in saying he's going to survive. He's going to live. It's going to be okay. The day will go on. The sun will come up tomorrow, and your son will be there to enjoy it.
Okay. It seems like they only have one child.
Almost.
And it's only hers.
That's it's exactly what it seems like. Like, this is her kid. Her
Or
kid.
she has 2 children. The second being her husband, because she doesn't believe that her husband can take care of the things. If you are so infuriated with the way things are going at home because your husband lowers the bar and you are the one who can't say no, or he's the one that can't say no and you're the enforcer.
The disciplinarian.
This child is taking naps still.
Yeah, 5-year-old taking naps. Which, I mean, I get. I mean, if
Fine.
they need a nap, they need a nap. But they don't have to nap.
I need naps
every
some
day.
days.
Jesus slept. He napped.
He napped.
I follow Jesus. That's great and everything. But who cares? He's out there with his dad creating memories. Okay.
First of all, I need her to bend over and find that stick that's shoved up her butt and pull it out.
Please, because it definitely is. I mean, Who cares? The kid does not have to nap. If you're so uptight about this, just imagine if you would just
I would
let it
hate
go.
to be her coworkers.
Just let it go.
You are the one who seems to be way too uptight. The enforcer? I'm the enforcer in our house.
Mm-hmm.
You give in.
Oh, I give in big time.
I not always know. If you know that's the case, so what? You can't say no to me.
No, I can't. I have a problem with that.
You can't say no to our kids. If you know that's a thing and it's a problem for you, maybe you should talk to your husband.
Yeah, I know. Just at the end of the day, your husband's got the kid. He's going to be fine. You have an appointment in the afternoon. Your husband's going to be there with him. Let him deal with it.
Obviously, he doesn't work.
It's not that big of a deal.
Enough.
Loosen the reins
If you're going during the day to a play place,
and remove the giant stick from your rear end.
we're going to lose some listeners.
Well, listen.
You asked. I'm sorry.
You've said it before. Sometimes we got to have our toes stepped on just a little bit. All right.
If it offended you, maybe you needed it.
Probably so. This one, my husband and I have been married for 10 years. We have 3 children. He's a wonderful person. When we met, I was not Christian at all, not a conservative at all. But over time, that young, liberal, woke, anti-religious mind frame has completely switched. When we started having kids, I started waking up to things and couldn't stop reading and getting information that led me to a path straight to Jesus and to God. My children are homeschooled, and I'm trying to make it a part of our teachings as well. We belong to a religious homeschool community, and although it throws my husband off a bit, he is supportive. I do recognize that I am the only one that has changed my current views and beliefs and are not what he married, and I know that. I pray he finds God, and I feel like I am deeply longing for a God-fearing partner that shares faith with our children and myself. We do not necessarily belong to a church, but I want our family as a whole to be in church every single Sunday. Our children are in Sunday school, and for him and myself to have that community. How can I ask him to explore Christianity with me? Is there anything I can do to help push him to that? Does he have a chance to turn to God as well?
Yes, yes, and yes.
Totally.
First of all, were they? Maybe I misunderstood what she was saying. I thought she was the only one in the relationship that did not have, like, she didn't believe, like she didn't have faith.
Neither one of them had faith. They were both just completely, totally against it. And then she, growing up, having kids, I get it.
We've been there.
She found Jesus, and her husband has not yet, and she desperately wants that to happen and is afraid that it can't. Now, it sounds like he's been supportive of it. He's not totally anti. So I absolutely, there's a chance.
Pray.
Now, I know men are called to be the spiritual leaders of the house, but sometimes the wife has to start to lead, and that's all you can do. Lead in everything you do. Be a woman of God in everything that you do. Pray for him, love him, support him, encourage him, but continue to chase after Jesus in all you do, and absolutely, he most certainly can catch up.
There's always one other thing that you can totally try.
And what's that?
Guilt trip. Make the kids ask.
Oh, listen, that's one of the biggest things. When the kids are in church and enjoy it, the parents are so more likely to get completely involved and completely plugged in.
Well, in everything, Disney, parents don't necessarily want to go to Disney.
No,
but
not most.
They do, because why? Their kid wants them to.
Yes. Kid wants them to.
Most kids growing up, especially boys, like wrestling. They really get into WWE. Parents really don't care.
No.
But the kids love it. So who has to buy the tickets to go see them?
Mom and Dad.
Who has to buy the network stuff to be able for them to watch it? Mom and Dad.
Who's going to buy all of the action figures and all of the shirts and all of the clothes?
Just saying.
I mean, the parents will continue to do that for the children, but absolutely, if you found Jesus and he's completely changed your life, and you were once that way, it can happen for him too.
Yep,
can happen for anybody. This next one, I feel like my wife is ahead of me spiritually, and it makes me feel like a weak leader. I feel like my wife is ahead of me. She has more time to go to Bible studies, has verses memorized. I feel like I just can't because my memory is so bad. Even when I read the Bible over and over, I can't remember anything I read. It's very frustrating. I feel like she participates in more things and sets up Christian style games for the kids, things I wouldn't even think of. I feel she struggles with less sin than I do and just has it more together day to day in life. The saddest part is I was saved before her. I feel like an awful leader, and I keep failing at doing Christ-like things that I should be, such as controlling my anger, resentments, emotions, just leading us properly, and I so badly want to. I feel like I'm never going to become the man that she can look up to or depend on because I'm so far behind. I don't even know where to begin anymore. I feel like she looks at me like a failure and thinks I should have all my stuff together. She has said it before and wishes that I could get it. I don't want anything negative, but I just want to be the man I'm supposed to be.
I like this guy.
Okay. Because?
No one has ever told him that leading all of those groups, organizing Bible studies, and learning all the verses is not how you get into heaven.
That's true.
You know more Bible verses than I do, and I've been in church way longer than you.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of things that I forgot, and you will go and ask, hey, I need this for this, and it's for a message Sunday. And then I'll think about it, and I'll go, well, what about the story of blah, blah? I didn't even think about that.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
But I don't remember that stuff until it's provoked, I guess.
Yes, totally.
But that's not... Doing all those things are great. Good for her. But if she's looking down on you because you don't know Bible verses and you are human and lose control of your temper sometimes, how Christian is that?
I mean, Jesus flipped tables. He got pissed. He flipped some tables. Now, no, that's not what gets you into heaven.
No.
Now, memorizing scripture, reading the Bible, all that stuff on a consistent basis, I mean, it's good for you. It helps develop your relationship with Jesus, brings you closer together. But you're right. I mean, that's not how you get into heaven.
There's a fly on your shoulder.
There's the fly.
You're supposed to grab it.
I don't have reflexes like that anymore. Are you kidding me? I can't do that. I used to be able to catch flies, just like flop.
Our son can.
Yeah, I know.
Why is he asleep right now? I'd get him to do it.
I don't have those reflexes in me at all anymore.
Squirrel,
not squirrel, fly. But yeah, I mean, this guy, I had the conversation with your wife. Tell her like, hey, look, this is how I feel. This is what's going on. Hey, can you help me?
If you think I should be better, why don't you help me? Because God made woman as a helper, not a I'm going to look down on my husband person.
I mean, how about hey, beautiful, why can we do a Bible study together? Hey, I found this 10-day devotional on the Bible app. Can we do this together? Start doing stuff like that.
Instead of organizing things for everybody else, why don't you organize something for you and your husband?
Yes. But the fact that this is on your mind, I mean, it's a good thing that this is on your mind and you want to be better.
Yeah.
Most men don't.
No.
Most men are like, she can have her church stuff. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to do me. Mm-hmm. I don't see the need in it. I'm a man. I don't need all that. And that's the typical man response. So, I mean, good for you. But just continue. Talk to God. Pray about it. But talk to your wife about it. Try to initiate that. Initiate a Bible study. Initiate a talk of a story in the Bible. Initiate something with her that goes along those lines. And crap, that can help. That can help you get there.
Give her Bible trivia and see if she can really have the answers.
Bible trivia champion of the world.
That's my dear.
That is absolutely my dear.
But, hey, that's a great way to... Is she really as smart as you think she is? Don't like, oh, well, I thought you knew this. But it will help you. You're doing your research on it. You're finding out if she really knows as much as she says she knows.
Which I mean, maybe it humbles her just a little bit. But yeah, as with anything in a marriage, no matter what it is, man, you got to talk to her. Yeah, at least say, hey, this is what's up. This is what I'm feeling. This is what's going on. You know, Go memorize some stuff and just go memorize some obscure scripture and then throw that on her. Like Leviticus 17:12 through 14. Here you go, baby. Something like that. She'll be like, what? If that's what gets her going, man, hey. Maybe this would be good for you. All right, last one to get you really fired up before we get out of here. Are you ready?
Quit doing this.
So at work, this is a dude. I get along with this woman well. We're in different departments, so I don't see her all the time. We agreed to have lunch and set a date for it already. I'm the one that suggested that maybe we grab lunch one day since we talk during work. She said yes. Now, I ask about this because my friends say a one-on-one lunch date will not end well. None of them say that it's okay. I believe that it is with boundaries. I told my wife about this, and she is totally okay with it too, to my surprise, because she trusts me. I trust myself as well, but I'm not sure what this woman's thoughts are. Maybe I'm overthinking it. There were times where her texts show so much expression for something for so little. Like when I bring back a souvenir from vacation and tell her that I got her something, she responds like, oh my gosh, yes, that's amazing. She didn't even know what it was. There are other texts from her that show the same level of emotion. She's usually quiet and reserved. Do a lot of girls text wife like this because my wife doesn't. Some of my other few female friends don't. She also likes every single one of my Instagram posts and stories. That day when I mentioned to her that maybe we grab lunch one day, I told her that I would let her know, but a couple hours later, she texted me asking if I took my lunch yet. I was in a meeting, so I had to decline, and she responded, well, I'm going to go have lunch now. Tee-hee-hee-hee. I can't tell of what that's supposed to mean. She may have just wanted to grab lunch and thank me for getting the stuff from vacation. She started responding slowly after that, but we did reschedule for a new date. Now I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't have done this. I don't know what to think of it. I don't know if I need to cancel, but that may create a misunderstanding. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Is lunch with a coworker of the opposite sex while married acceptable?
No, nor is you texting her, nor is it asking your wife, nor is it texting your other female friends.
No. This is a date.
You've been hit in the head.
This is a date. You and a female coworker are going to lunch together one-on-one. This is 100% completely a date. It's a date.
Stop living your double life.
Yes, I don't care if you say your wife is okay with this.
Your wife ain't okay with it.
Because listen to this.
Because if she's okay with it, she's already doing that with her male coworkers.
Well, I'm saying let's flip the script for a second. So your wife comes to you and says, hey, Johnny Ripplepex from accounting invited me to lunch, and he and I are going to start going to lunch together. Now, as the husband, your wife say, hey, Johnny, and you met Johnny Ripplepex. Dude's tall. He's handsome. He has great hair. His name is Ripplepex, so you know he's ripped. Are you going to be cool with your wife, who you adore and you think is incredible, going to lunch one-on-one with Johnny Ripplepex, texting, he, ha, 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 cute, flirty? Are you okay with that? As a man, are you okay with that? The answer is absolutely no, not in a billion years are you okay with this. Mm-mm. So your wife's not okay with this. This is a terrible, terrible idea. This is a date. It is a straight up date. And
that's why your friends, your male friends have said, no, this is not going to end well.
No, it's a bad idea. And I don't, her intentions may be completely different. Her intentions may be like, oh yeah, I really like this guy. Yeah. I know he's married, but he's shown an interest and he texts me and we share these moments and maybe this could lead to something because I'm not getting something at home. This is a date and this is a bad, awful, terrible idea. It will not end well. I mean, and you're in different departments. So what are you going to lunch for? It's not like you're working on a project together. Mm-hmm. And if you were working on a project together, those things need to
brought in and you stay
and you go into the conference room. And even if it's just you two, you stay at work and work on that. And chances are a project's not. And if you do want to go to lunch and talk about the project, absolutely.
Take somebody else with you.
You two go to lunch, but bring everyone else who's on the project with you as well. if it's work related, but this clearly is not. Dude, you're dating this woman from work, or you're wanting to date her. You need to
You bring her souvenirs back from.
Who does that?
I don't even bring anybody's souvenirs back from anywhere.
If you're bringing a coworker souvenirs back, guess what?
That fly really likes your
It
microphone.
loves my microphone. You need to bring the whole office souvenirs back.
Yeah,
Not
look,
just
Michael
not just
Scott
her.
did.
Michael Scott always did. He brought candy.
He even brought the big little
the drum.
the thing back from
the steel
Jamaica.
drum when he and Jan went to Jamaica, and he sent the picture of her topless.
That's so gross.
to
It's
everybody.
like your microphone's an elephant's eye, and it won't. The
Wrong.
no, it's not.
Sorry for everyone who had to hear that. Well, there's a fly floating around, and it's driving us insane. So with that
Why
being
the garage
said,
door was left open.
thanks our daughter. You got to stop dating your coworker, man. If you don't think it's a date, it's truly a date. It's definitely a date. Stop dating your coworker. It's going to end badly. This is a terrible, terrible idea. I can imagine you coming to me and say, hey, Mr. Teacher from across the hall, he and I are going to start having lunch together.
That I'm
Come
old
on
enough
now.
to be his mother.
Yeah, it's I know.
disgusting.
It's a bad analogy.
Either way.
Still, it's a bad idea. Don't do it. So, late night Q&A done. Any final thoughts? Any thoughts for
We
these
can't
people?
do this again. You've got my blood boiling.
I'm sorry.
I'm not going to go to bed.
How about a good TV show to finish off the night?
I'm probably going to get irritated because it's the last episode and I won't like the outcome.
You're probably right. I could throw on Friends or The Office. That takes care of it every single time. All right, well, let's get out of here.
All right, let's go.
Lord, we love you. We are so thankful for what you are doing. We are thankful for this platform and that we get to do this. And it's all for you. God, as always, we just pray that everything that we speak about, everything that goes on, no matter how serious or how silly or fun it may be, it just reaches people that need to hear it. If they need a laugh, give them a laugh. If they need something to be able to correct in their own life, give it to them. I just pray anyone who hears this will hear directly from you because you are the creator of it all. And we just want to follow the path that you have for us. God, we love you. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Play ball.